good, doesn't it? Straight out of the icebox. That is refreshing. Let me see now. My memory's not too clear. When was the last time we gave you some water? Was it yesterday? The day before?
Please.
Please? Did I hear the man say please? Well, this is a first. A little politeness from our guest. You know the rules, counselor. Sign the papers, and you're a free man.
A dead man.
You're dead either way, pal.
Julia?
Is Victoria all right?
Victoria's fine. I want to talk to you before the pretrial hearing.
All right, but I don't know how much help I can be.
It has nothing to do with the trial. I want to know where Mason is.
I don't have any idea. If you don't know and his wife doesn't know, I can't imagine why you think that I would.
Julia, please. I happen to know your relationship goes a lot farther just working in the same legal firm. Now, Victoria doesn't know where he is, and Mason pulls these stunts once in a while, but I can't believe that he would just take off without telling his wife and the mother of his daughter where he's gone. Please don't deny it. I happen to know Mason is Samantha's father.
Gina, you know we're out of shampoo, and I didn't even realize that until I got... Keith, hi. Didn't know you were here.
No, it's all right. Gina's not here.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see you're, are you frightened?
Startled is more like it.
Oh, gee, you don't have any reason to be. I mean, we're both going to be here for a while, you know, and we're all adults, heck, and I think you should walk around any way you want to, you know? I mean, with a moist towel wrapped around that wet body is just fine. I've been around women, beautiful women alone in a room, and I barely... Eden? 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 Eden!
Tori?
Oh.
You have a visitor. I know that you want to see him. I know he'd like to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Can we have a minute alone, please?
Hello. Oh, sweetheart. Has he been a good boy?
Oh, he's been terrific. I've had a lot of fun taking care of him.
Great. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
My sweetie,
no
I
problem.
missed you.
So, any word from Mason?
No, nothing.
I don't understand that.
Oh, yeah, I'm really starting to get worried. If he knew this was happening, I mean, he should be here.
That must
I just
be.
don't
He must not
understand.
know this is happening. I'm sure if he knew this was going on, he'd be here immediately.
Cruz, look, we have to be realistic, especially as far as my son is concerned. This hearing could just be the beginning, you know.
Tori, it'd be a mistake to start thinking about
No,
stuff
listen
like
to
that
me,
right now.
please. I have been accused of attempted murder. There are no witnesses to back up my story. I could go to prison.
You're just jumping the gun. There's
Listen,
no way
I need
knowing
to
that.
know for my own peace of mind that my baby will be well taken care of.
Tori, Mason is going to be back, and he will
If
take you.
Mason doesn't come back, and if something happens to me, I want you to take Chip.
She was in the shower and she needed
I need a shampoo, and Keith was down here. I didn't know Keith was down here.
I'm sure you didn't. I stopped by the market and picked up some shampoo for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That girl, she's lucky. You know that? Because to have you going through such a difficult time.
With her.
With her, yeah.
Helping her out.
You're right.
Did you talk to Haley about asking for alimony?
You know, that slipped my mind. Here I knew I had something to talk to her about, but I had to do this thing for the court today, and I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right, Keith. You don't have to apologize. I know how many important things you have on your mind.
Well, you know, I'll talk to her just as soon as she gets out of the shower.
This time, why don't you wait until she gets dressed?
Yeah, you devil. You're just... Did you bring my breakfast?
Yeah. One jelly donut to go.
Oh.
Want it?
Yeah, my stomach is growling like a pit bull in heat. I haven't had one of those in a long time. The real blueberries?
Oh, yeah, blueberries. Lots of blueberries.
Yeah. No.
See them?
Yeah, no.
They're
I
there.
don't. No, we don't want it. No, we don't. You don't want it. No, you don't want to do this.
Yes,
No,
I do.
why did you do that? I have to be in court in 30 minutes.
Well, you'll be in the hospital in 10 minutes if I ever catch you looking at my niece like that, making eyes at her like that.
Making eyes at her, making eyes. You know, I haven't heard that term since the 50s. I was ogling her. She told you what happened.
Yes, she did. She is a nice, sweet, innocent girl, Keith. And you are a sleazy womanizer. You have all the scruples of a bluebeard, which is exactly what you have now, a blueberry beard.
You're so clever when you're angry.
Hey, you just stop it, Short Eyes. I am warning you. If you ever so much as glance at my niece again, you are going to be giving your courtroom summaries as a soprano.
That was low. That was very low.
Would you get that, please?
No, you get it yourself. I'm not your houseboy.
Why don't you just leave and never come back?
I'm not leaving until you get these blueberries off my tie.
Oh, what's a little blueberry? Doesn't matter. You usually got a little, mustard on your chin or jam on your collar. Marcia Connors! How are you?
Where is he?
Who?
The little drone that calls himself district attorney.
I don't even know who the district attorney is.
Oh, please, you know him. You work for him. He sent you to us so you could get a job to spy on us.
No, I mean, whoever is giving you
Look,
that kind of
just tell him if he
information.
wants to keep his butt out of jail. He'll talk to me.
What?
Who are you? What are you doing in my living room? I never...
Give it up.
I can't believe that I got involved with the two of you.
Oh, you know, if there is a way I could rectify this situation now, I would do it.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Stealing other people's babies, you make us sick.
Oh, give me a break. You'd sell your own kid for a shopping spree on Rodeo Drive. I mean it. You know something?
You should really...
Ladies, hey! What are you doing here anyway? It's not a bright idea for us to be seen together.
I just want you to make certain that nobody buys Victoria Capwell's story at that hearing today.
Well, I'll do everything in my power to keep...
Look, just save it for the judge. Because if she convinces him that Paul was trying to take that kid, it's only a matter of time before they come right to Tyler's Incorporated.
I thought you could keep them from tracing you to Paul.
If Paul talks, we're all in big trouble.
He's your brother. Can't you keep him from talking? I mean, to protect yourself.
I think that Paul could strike a very nice deal if he agreed to point the finger at the DA and his assistant.
Wait, we didn't know what you were doing. There's no way we
To
should...
your neck, Timmons. I've got your signature on a commission check, and you rushed through that corporate clearance for us, so you just make sure that Victoria Capo goes to jail. Or else we all go to jail.
Who told you about Samantha?
That's not important.
Mason promised me that he wouldn't...
Mason did not tell me, Julia. The hospital called to find Mason. When you were in labor, I went down to the hospital. I found out by accident, that's all.
Absolutely no one can find out about this now,
Oh, my
Sisi.
God. Do you think I want anybody to find out? This information is not going to help Victoria's defense. You know, all I want to do is find out where Mason is.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
Are you telling me that he swore you to secrecy on this, too?
Do you honestly think that I would conceal his whereabouts when his wife is being tried for attempted murder?
Certain circumstances require uncharacteristic actions.
My relationship with Mason consisted of him fathering my child. When that was done, it was over. We are colleagues at the same law firm, and we are not unfriendly. I am not in love with him. Please, Sisi.
All right, Julia. Forgive my presumption. I apologize.
If I knew where he was, you have to be sure that I would bring him back here right now. And if you have any resources to locate him at all, Sisi, please do that.
I do, and I will, but that takes time. It can't be done in a moment. Right now, my responsibility is to Victoria and Chip. I wish to hell I knew what was going on, that's all.
I will do my best to keep you informed.
All right, I have a question for you right now. Do you believe Victoria's account of the shooting?
I'm defending her, aren't I?
No. Julia, please don't evade me. I want to believe her.
Then do it.
I have been going round and around with this. I don't believe that Marshall guy's story 1 minute about the fact he had an affair with her, but I do believe she's lying about the fact that she didn't know him before.
She was under a lot of pressure when she was being questioned. She was confused and upset.
She had to know about those sleazy photographs.
And she thought that he had destroyed them.
That could have been a major embarrassment to her, to the child, to the family. He could be blackmailing her.
I don't believe that that's a motive for murder.
Then you think she's telling the truth?
Yes. I think that she was convinced Paul was going to hurt Samantha, and in her mind, she did what she did to protect my daughter.
In her mind? What does that mean, in her mind?
Sisi, please, I can't talk about this now.
Jude!
Judge Irving will be out in a minute.
Okay, Carmen and Pearl are waiting outside. They're going to take care of Chip while the hearing's going on.
Okay. Sweetheart, now you be a good boy. Mommy's gonna get back to you as soon as she can.
Okay, I'll be right back. It'll be fun. Mr. C?
Cruz. Very kind of Cruz to care for my grandson.
Yes, it was. And now that Mason's out of town, Cruz has offered to take care of Chip as long as necessary.
And it won't be long either. We're going to get you out of here and back to your son.
Oh, she could believe that.
You can, because I've planned a strategy for the hearing that will get you released today, hopefully.
Why, did you find some new evidence?
Would you please excuse us for a moment, Sisi?
No. I have responsibility to my daughter-in-law and my grandson.
And we both appreciate that very much. However, this is a client-attorney matter, and I need to speak with Victoria alone.
Julia,
we go
don't
inside.
you think she needs some support when you spring this on her?
Julia, what's going on?
You're not ever going to let this go to trial,
Please.
are you? You are going to declare her incompetent to stand trial.
God, I'm really sorry. This has got to be so hard on all your family. Isn't Victoria's hearing today?
Yeah. I was on my way to the courthouse, but I just couldn't do it. My dad's going to be there, you know. He just gets so crazy when there's a crisis like this.
That's the last thing in the world you need right now.
I mean, it seems like this entire family has got something wrong with it. I mean, first it's Haley, then it's Eden, and now it's got this going on. I mean, it's like we got a curse against the family or something.
I know this is not all about what's happening to Victoria. You're depressed about splitting up with Haley. I know it's not easy. I mean, even though it was bound to happen, the reality of actually filing the divorce papers
I don't want to talk about this with you, okay?
Why not?
You know why not. Practically single-handedly destroyed my marriage, Lincoln.
That is not fair.
I don't want to talk about this. Obviously, if we had the perfect marriage, nothing you did would matter, but you certainly didn't help it out.
I care about you, Ted. I already told you that I wasn't going to rush anything. It just hurts to see you so depressed. I know you're going to need your time and space, and I'll give that to you.
Well, I will.
It's just hard for me to watch you sit here all alone.
I can handle it.
You're not doing a very good job of it. And I don't think getting plastered again is going to help
I'm
much.
not going to do that.
I hope not. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I've got a great idea.
I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the smile you got on your face.
But don't you want to hear what it is?
I don't know. I know I'm going to regret this. What is it? Tell me.
Well, it's not exactly what. It's more like where.
Where?
Some place where there isn't any trouble. Come on, Toto. Let's go over the rainbow.
daughter-in-law's party.
Yes, you are late again, Mr.
Timmons. Hi, yeah, well, Wednesday's my day for volunteer work, and I got hung up in the soup kitchen. Listen, I don't want to waste any more of your valuable time, Your Honor, so we might as well get started here.
Groveling disgusts me, Mr. Timmons, especially when it's somebody holding down a position of responsibility. I've granted our legal defense counsel a few moments in chambers with his client. And, during that time, I'd like to have a conversation with my old friend here, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. You have your little chat now. Get out of the way. It's a nice time. 2 strikes against me and I haven't started.
You know, John, I wonder if the DA's job paid a little more money, we might attract someone with a higher caliber of intelligence and a touch more integrity.
Well, I don't know if I should be discussing Mr. Timmons' abilities or the lack thereof with you right now, СиСи.
Of course not, John. And we've been friends long enough for you to know I wouldn't ask any favors from you. But I am a family man, as well as you are.
Well, everybody in Santa Barbara knows how ferociously you protect the family, Capwells.
Yes. John, it's time now to protect the youngest, Capwell. You wouldn't want to see an innocent child suffer, now, would you?
You have got to try to calm down, please.
I cannot believe that you want me to plead insanity.
That is not what I said entirely. You are going to have to trust that I know what's best. I am trying to stop this trial before it starts.
And the only reason you're considering it is because you do not believe me. Paul lied. I would never leave my baby.
I would never have taken on this case if I didn't
why are you
believe that.
doing this,
Because
Julia?
you made a mistake. At the beginning, you lied. You lied to me and you lied to Timmons, of all people,
No.
and the police.
It was stupid. It was very stupid. But I was ashamed of those pictures. I didn't want them to get out.
Let me ask you something. Did you think that they would never come out?
I don't know what I thought, Julia. I don't know.
Or did you think that if he didn't make it, it wouldn't make any difference?
I didn't say that.
What are you saying? And why do you always
Why
wait
are
till
you
the last minute to tell
doing
the truth?
this to me?
I don't believe this. Why am I doing this to you? I'm sorry. I really am. But do you have any idea what Timmons is going to do to you when he cross-examines you in front of a jury and an entire courtroom?
Julia, I have told you over and over again, all I was doing was trying to protect your baby.
I know that. We can't prove that.
But it's the truth.
Truth or not. Listen to me. There is no evidence that suggests Paul attempted to kidnap Samantha or your son. And if you go in there saying you knew exactly what you were doing when you pulled that trigger, you were going to make it nearly impossible for me.
Okay, I want you to answer something honestly. What happens if I plead not guilty?
You could possibly face a conviction and a prison sentence. You will be separated from Mason and your child. Please listen to me. This is our best bet.
Now, we have to get this hearing underway, Miss Wainwright.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate the extra time that you allowed us. It was very important to us.
Don't suck up to him. It's unbecoming, darling.
You have something to say, Mr. Timmons?
No.
All right, then we'll begin these proceedings. Miss Victoria Capwell, would you rise, please? Now, this hearing is to determine if we have sufficient evidence and motive to warrant a trial on the charges that have been filed against you. If a trial is warranted, bail will be discussed. Mrs. Capwell, you are charged with aggravated assault with intent to kill. How does the defendant plead?
Your Honor, the defense makes a motion that the court appoint a psychiatric team to evaluate her competency at this time.
This is ludicrous! What, are you pulling a stunt here?
Your Honor, I have precedent in this plea.
You have watched too many episodes of L.A. Law, darling. That's what happened.
How dare you insinuate that I am not prepared for this case?
You don't want any insinuations? I'll say it straight out. You haven't done your homework.
Judge!
Enough now, that's enough. I'll listen to both of your arguments separately. Then I will decide.
As you can see from the documentation, Your Honor, Mrs. Capwell has been diagnosed as suffering from postpartum depression. My client's doctor is willing to testify as to her diminished capacity if Your Honor deems that necessary. However, I would hope that with the evidence presented that the charges against Mrs. Capwell be dropped. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Wainwright. Mr. Timmons?
When, Miss Wainwright listed all the symptoms of postpartum depression, I mean, did she include loss of memory? Did you ever say loss of memory?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't think so. When both I and the police questioned Mrs. Capwell, we asked her when she first met the victim. She claimed she met him a few days before, for the first time, when he was taking pictures of her son. She stuck to this story until we confronted her with certain pictures. She was dressed scantily and sitting happily on the lap of Paul Marshall. These were taken 3 years before in Hollywood. I submit them as Exhibit A.
Let that be recorded. Go on, Mr. Timmons.
Paul Marshall said he was seeing Mrs. Capwell. As a matter of fact, they were in the midst of an ongoing affair.
That is not true, Keith.
Sit down, Victoria.
But that is not the point. The point is that you knew what you were doing. You knew it then, you knew it now. She's capable of standing trial right now. I mean, the case here isn't diminished capacity. The case is an affair. She was in the midst of an affair. And she was willing to leave her husband and her child to run off with Paul Marshall.
That is a lie. That is an outright lie.
I won't tolerate any more outbursts.
Just sit down.
Mrs. Capwell.
Thank you, Your Honor. But doesn't it seem odd to anybody here that Mr. Capwell, her husband, isn't present? I mean, she knows nothing about his whereabouts. He, her husband, isn't here in these proceedings when she's accused of attempted murder. I don't know, I can't, unless his knowledge of her affair explains his conspicuous absence. I think, Your Honor, she shot Paul Marshall in a jealous rage when she found him with a counsel for the defense.
Oh, that's it. That does it. I am not going to let my client be subjected to his...
Miss
Sorry,
Wainwright,
we have
please.
the postpartum depression here. I guess I should have worn bulletproof.
Now, that's enough, Mr. Timmons.
Do you suppose we might strike maybe the last 60 seconds or so from the record? Thank you.
I've already decided on my ruling, Miss Wainwright. I'll reserve judgment on Mrs. Capwell's competence until such time as Mrs. Capwell has been examined extensively by 2 court-appointed psychiatrists. Until they have had sufficient time to make a full evaluation, she'll be confined to a state mental facility.
Can't get enough of this stuff. They must have one of them Armenian wells.
Artesian.
Whatever. Tastes great. You really should reconsider, counselor. What the hell happened to you?
Shut up. What did you do to Kelly?
I said shut up!
Is she all right? Give me the phone.
We are making a phone call to your wife. We are not having any more relatives out here in the desert.
I want to know about Kelly, but I don't call anyone.
Just put it this way. It's just a matter of time before she joins her sister Eden.
You can't do this. You can't take me away from my baby. You can't. Why are you doing this? You know he's trying to take me. You know it. You
sit down.
Miss Wainwright, will you restrain your client?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I'm waiting bail for you, Miss Capwell. You'll be released on your own recognizance for the next 24 hours. At the end of that period, you must appear at the Sanborn Institute for evaluation, or your bail will be revoked immediately. During your evaluation, I'm obliged to provide care for your infant son. So in the absence of your father, custody of Channing Creighton Capwell III will be granted to his parental grandfather, СиСи Capwell. This hearing stands adjourned.
Did you know this was going to happen?
You know that I didn't. I thought that you had made arrangements for Cruz to take the baby.
I did.
Frankly, I didn't think that was a very good idea.
Is that what you were talking to Judge? I don't believe you.
Came up. Regardless, I think it's the best thing for
You have no right. Absolutely no right.
Don't understand why I did it. I care about you. I care about your son. Giving it to Cruz right now is too risky.
Why? Because he's the real father?
Yes. I have a vested interest in keeping that quiet.
There's no reason to think that he would suspect
There's
anything.
every reason, and you're making it worse. The hell do you think it's rational to give your little boy to a single person who's not even your relative and the grandparents around to take care of him?
He's a friend.
Sure, Lucy.
Yes, well, I have been accused of that today. Did you also tell the judge to get me confined to this institution?
I had nothing to do with it. She's trying to get you off any way she can. Victoria, listen to me. You are Mason. Listen. You are Mason's wife. I told you before I'd protect you with everything I have because I care about you. And I care about your son.
All you care about is the sacred Capwell name. You just want another heir to mold and manipulate. You will not take my son.
If you look around and listen, you'll see that some people here are having a good time. Remember, that was the whole reason we came here?
Well, I told you I wasn't going to be any good company.
Well, you've gone way beyond that. There were 3 couples standing over here, and your funeral mood drove them clear down to the other side of the beach.
Go have some fun, all right? There's nothing I can do about this.
All right! Say, is anybody else going to take me on?
Oh, this is great timing. You could beat this loser.
No, I'm not
Go
going to. No, I'm
for
not
it.
going to do that.
Okay, fine, then I'll do it.
So what happened with Miss Hollywood in court today?
Oh. She's to be sent tomorrow for a psychiatric evaluation to the Sanborn Institute.
That's wonderful. The judge thought she was nuts. That's great.
Yeah, well, it's great if the shrinks don't buy her story about Paul.
Then what happens?
Then I have to be very careful I don't drop the soap in the shower, and you and Marcia can try and share a cell.
You really think we might go to jail? Why don't we testify? We can get immunity like everybody in Washington.
Oh, come on. This isn't as trivial as a national security. They're selling babies.
Well, we didn't know that.
Tell it to the judge, okay?
What's that?
It,
Are those Haley's, papers?
no, it's about alimony and, avoiding property settlements. It's...
Well, I think Haley deserves some...
No, read the names. It's not Haley's. It's
you and us. You and me and us. Me and you.
I don't get it.
You did it. Why am I doing this? Why don't I just jump off a bridge? It's a prenuptial agreement. I mean, in our case, I suppose a pre-penal agreement would be more to the mark.
Are you asking me to marry you?
You know the rules. One slip and you're history.
Hello?
Julia?
Mason, where are you?
Never mind. Are you all right?
Yes.
Where's Victoria?
She's been arrested. There was a shooting, and Keith is blaming her. But I'm helping her out. I am. I'm defending her.
Shooting?
Mason, someone tried to steal her baby.
Was she all right?
Yes, Samantha's fine.
And Victoria?
She's not so fine, Mason. Are you all right?
You've got to help her.
You know that I will. Mason, I want you to get back here.
As soon as I can.
No, that isn't good enough this time. I want a number where I can reach you. Mason? Mason?
Come on, Ted. Isn't anyone going to challenge him? How about you, Jake?
I'm ready if Ted is.
No, come on, Jake.
No.
Yeah. Come on.
You actually think I was asking you to marry me? I mean, if I did something like that, I'd be going on to Sanborn Institute with Victoria, because I would be certifiable if I asked you to marry me.
Then just what are these papers about?
I didn't want you to be dragging me along on some palimony suit.
Just what exactly would I be suing you for, Keith? Your cell, half of those license plates you're going to be pounding out?
You know something, darling? I'm not in jail yet.
You're not that rich, either.
Let me ask you something. I mean, just out of curiosity, what would you have said if I'd asked you to marry me?
It's pretty funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a regular scream. Thank you. No, but I'm just being inquisitive. What would you say if I asked you to marry me?
You gotta be kidding.
No, I'm not. What would you say?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
I would have said no.
That's quick.
Well, you said you wanted to know.
What? Just because I don't have as much money as your ex-husband's had, you'd say...
Money has nothing to do with it, darling. I'm not nearly as greedy as you think I am.
Well, it's because I'm a lawyer? You don't like lawyers?
Because the only reason I would ever get married again is if I was in love with someone. And I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, fine. I wanted to see Chip for a while before СиСи came to pick him up.
What's this? Oh, my God, Tori. Does somebody have to remind you how stupid it would be to take the baby and leave town right now?
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Mason's gone. СиСi He's taking my baby away.
Hey.
My whole life is falling
Look,
apart.
I'm gonna get something on this guy. You gotta believe that I'm gonna do that. I promise you that. Okay?
Hi.
Hi.
No, it's all right. Victoria Mason called.
What did he say?
He said that he would try to get back to you as soon as he could. He was very concerned about you.
I can't understand why we haven't heard before.
Listen, why don't you go in my bedroom and lie down for a while? This has been a tough day already, and the baby's gonna be waking up pretty soon.
Yeah, some rest will be good for me.
So Mason really said he was coming back?
He said he would come back as soon as he could.
And when do you suppose that might be, Julie? Do you think he might make it back in time to see his wife get sentenced? Where the hell is the man?
Cruz, I asked him for his number and he hung up on me. I think he's in some kind of trouble.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I want to get you a drink first. Congratulate you.
For what? I lost.
You let him win. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Haley, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You know, sometimes when you're really nice to people, they step on you.
Well, what do you mean?
I've made a decision. And I don't think Ted or the couple's gonna like it, but I've made a decision.
What's so funny?
This part about the cat, about joint custody. This is a riot.
You know, I'm not so sure I want Laird. He's litter changed by a drunk.
What's the drunk bit? Oh, wait a minute. I just had a drink or two to calm my nerves and kind of take my mind off things, but I should have just read this first.
Forget it. Just...
What is wrong with you?
Let's go back to our original arrangement. Partners in crime. Come on.
Well, wait a minute. Where are we going?
We're gonna go... Gonna go practice conjugal visit.
Tori here.
She's with Chip.
Here for my grandson. I have the court order.
Well, you won't need that. Come on in. I'll get her.
It's beautiful, baby.
Thank you.
Such a beautiful young lady. You have your mother's eyes. You don't approve of my taking Chip, do you?
No.
Mason's son belongs in the Capitol House. Victoria, I hope you're feeling better. Because I know you would understand I'm only trying to do what I think Mason would want. It's for the best. And it won't be for long. Chip is my grandson. And the Capwell belongs with the Capwell.
Are you all right? Can I help you get somewhere?
I need to go home. To Santa Barbara.
I'm Tom Brokaw. In today's complicated world, you need good reasons to make the best choice for the news you watch. At NBC Nightly News, we believe you should get the facts easily. We think you deserve to understand the day's events clearly. We have to earn your confidence by examining the issues fairly. That's why at NBC Nightly News, we cover the world with you in mind.